actually living my do-over. It's taken me over 50 years to get to this point. So that's what I want to share with y'all, because visibility and representation is so important. So in the 1970s, growing up on the other side of those bridges, very young boy, I knew I was supposed to be a father. That was just a truth from as early as I can remember. The other truth that I knew was that I was gay. And I had a real hard time reconciling what and how that meant. Because within my community, I was told being gay was wrong. Within my family, was told the same thing. So I thought I could shove that down deep inside of myself because, again, I knew I was supposed to be a father. That was everything to me. So fast forward a few years, married a girl from high school. We both knew that we were both broken. We thought that we could fix one another. So we got married, started our family. When you're a 22-year-old father and your first child is born 3.5 months early, weighing less than 2 pounds, that puts a whole different perspective on life for you. I wish I could say those challenges brought us closer together, but they really didn't. That was a hard thing for that relationship. So I was trying to figure out, I was really coming to terms and struggling, trying to figure out who I was, really lost my identity. So as an adult, and I voluntarily did this, y'all, I went to conversion therapy, the Pray Away the Gay. And some of my family and friends in here probably don't know this, because during that time in the 90s, it was less shameful to let everybody think that I was going away to a drug rehab than conversion therapy. So y'all, guess what? That don't work. I'm here to tell you, thank God it doesn't work. But that was a real hard time in my life, trying to understand and figure out who I was, and a lot of guilt with that. At this point, I really started embracing who I was, and the weight started coming off. I went back to school, started working as a critical care nurse, met a doctor. Thought, score, right? This is it. This is the next move, right? Until I had an accident with a 14-hour spinal surgery. They said I'd probably never walk again. And that was the end of that relationship. So y'all, here I was again, sitting in a hospital trying to figure out what I was gonna do. Doctors saying I'll probably never walk again. And I'm like, give me another doctor, because I want a different outcome. I've got a son to live for.
All right.
My son was in middle school at this time, and he needed a father. Y'all, I know that was about the only thing that got me through that point in my life. And I had followed this doctor back to the Midwest. As soon as I could get my walker and my son, and we could get back on the plane, we came back home to Polly's. I hid for a while until I met somebody who really changed my life. And Mike, thank you for being here tonight, and thank you for the love and support that you've shown me. Because that really was the point where I could start putting my life back together. And then, y'all, he was willing to become an instant dad to a now high school senior. He thought his job was easy at this point, because he's like, I made that reservation for the limo for prom, and we're good. So, a couple of years into our relationship, we got a phone call at 11:30 at night. An 8-year-old boy came to live with us. Because when you get a phone call like that, you don't say no, right? So here we are, and I'm like, okay, so my family's growing. I'm really starting to understand what this is all about. And then, if y'all don't know what the words chosen family means, within the queer community, a lot of us are disowned by family. So we have our chosen family, and those are the ones that we may not be related by blood, but we're related, and we stand behind one another. And so here, this opportunity came up, had a young trans man that After with my work in advocacy, he wanted to know if it was all right if he called me Dad. That's a hell of an honor. It's a hell of a responsibility, but that's a hell of an honor. So y'all, I never thought when I was that little boy growing up in Surfside across those bridges that one day I would have my family. I would have a husband that loves me. I'd have 3 incredible children. And not only that, I found my place in this community, working in the nonprofit world and advocacy work. So what I really wish is that I would be able to go back and just tell that young boy that there is people like me, there is representation, you can do this, you can have the life that you want. So, and that's my do-over that I'm living today, and I'm so incredibly grateful for it. Thank you for